What's going on, guys? It's Mania here, bringing you guys another Madden 18 video, and today I'm going to be doing another roster overview because that one seemed to be a liked video, and I know a lot of people want to see the rosters for their favorite teams, so I thought I might as well do it with the team I'm going to be using for one of my other Money League CFMs, and that's going to be the Arizona Cardinals. And they are probably my second favorite team in the NFL, so I thought it was the next logical choice. This is the Colts, so we're going to go to the Cardinals. And right away you see David Johnson, but we're just going to go position by position. First you see Carson Palmer is still an 83 overall, which at 37 years old is still very good. And throw power is very important in this game. He still has a very good 91 throw power. I don't know how many years he has left until he retires in this game, but definitely seems like he will be very good for the first season. You still use the Cardinals. Only 68 speed, so he can't scramble or get set outside of the pocket very much, but so we have Blaine Gabbert as a backup and Drew Stanton down there. David Johnson at a 94 overall, 92 speed, 89 trucking, 91 elusiveness. He is an all-around beast, and he's going to be a lot of fun to use in this game. They still have Chris Johnson, which he doesn't have that same speed he used to, so he's not as fun to use in this game. I imagine TJ Logan's a 93 speed rookie from North Carolina, so he might be interesting. And then there's Larry FITZGERALD. I mean, how could you not like Larry FITZGERALD? He's only 84 speed, as he is aging pretty rapidly at an age of 34, but his catching stats are still crazy. 95 catching, 94 route running, 95 catching traffic, 97 spec catch. He's still an all-around beast. And then there's John Brown, who's 94 speed to go along with some great catching stats. He's still a great player to use. J.J. Nelson is a beast that most people tend to use in Madden, and I imagine he's still just as good in this game as most games. 96 speed, he's definitely a lot of fun to use. And then tight end is definitely a position of weakness for him. They got JERMAINE GRESHAM as the starter. He's a 77 overall. If you were to use this team, I would definitely try and upgrade the tight end position if you were to use him in a CFM. And then the line, there are a lot of problems. 71 overall is what DJ Humphries is, a left tackle, which is not going to get it done. You need a very solid O-line in this game. Mike Iupati, he's been a Pro Bowler a few years. He's still a good lineman, but he's not as good as he once was, so he slid to a 77 overall. And then you got A.Q. Shipley, which he's one of the best linemen, second to Jared Veldheer with an 80 overall. He's a solid lineman all around, so he's serviceable, but much better off than they are at left tackle and left guard. But right guard, they have 71 Dorian Johnson. Once again, not good, but he's a rookie. He has a lot of progression to make. I'm interested to see how the ratings for this offensive line change throughout the season, depending on how the Cardinals actually play. And then we got Jared Veldheer, which is definitely the best lineman on their team, and right tackle, he's got 97 strength with it, which is absolutely crazy. And then we're going to look at his pass block, which is 81, his run block 78. Not great, but he's got an impact block of 85. So that crazy strength along with that really good impact block will make him an absolute beast. And we're going to start on defense. And he's a 76 overall from Ole Miss. They're hoping to get a lot more out of him. Hopefully he can improve a lot. I don't know how to say his name. Robert Nekamichi, something like that. And then FROSTEE Rucker's old, 72 overall, not solid. So their defensive line's got a lot of problems after they let go of Calais Campbell. Maybe they didn't have the money to get him, but it was an interesting decision. He's now on the Jags, obviously. Then you got Corey Peters, their starting defensive tackle, is a 74, but after that there's a huge drop-off to a 60 overall with their second D tackle, which will not cut it. But they do have a very strong linebacking core. Like, even looking at this Fua guy, 86 speed is definitely a player that you could use her, but there's a lot better user options on this Cardinals team. Marcus Golden is a pretty good pass rusher. He's an 82 overall, 81 speed, so I could definitely see him being a great pass rusher in this game. And then everyone's favorite user, Deone Bucannon, 89 speed, which he's still 25 years old, so he still has a lot of progression he could make in this game. He's not the greatest overall, but 89 speed makes him a lot of fun to use with this 75 catching. And then Carlos Dansby is a great veteran who's been pretty good for a lot of years in the NFL, 13 years now. Hassan Reddick was their first round pick, 88 speed. He is also a guy you could use if you wanted to let Bucannon do his own thing. And then at right outside backer, they obviously have Chandler Jones, who's one of the best pass rushers in the game. Which is why it was really interesting the Patriots decided to trade him away. And he had a great year with the Cardinals. So he's going to definitely be a good player to use in Madden. And then one of the best corners in the league. I honestly think he's just as good, if not better, than Chris Harris and Aqib Talib. So I think he's a little underrated with a 91 overall, but it's still a very good rating for a player like him. But there's a gigantic drop-off for the other players in the Cardinals. Tramon Williams is pretty old now, 11 years, he's 34 years old, 84 speed, not that great. So if I were you and you were going to use this team, I would start Brandon Williams in my second corner if he could stay out there and cover well. Then obviously the Honey Badger, 87 overall, 90 speed. Let's look at his zone and his hit power. That's important. 84 hit power, which is definitely very good. And I hope in 80 zone coverage and 82 man coverage. He's got pretty good coverage stats. Honey Badger is definitely a beast to use in this game. So if the Cardinals had kept Tony Jefferson at strong safety, they would definitely have one of the best secondaries in the game. But since they didn't, you have Tyvon Branch starting at strong safety. I mean, a 77 overall is not awful, but it's not great. He's 90 speed, though, which isn't bad. And then they have Antoine Bethea, one of my old Colts favorites, who's now 33 years old, is a 75. So, and then at kicker they have Phil Dawson, who's been in the league for forever, 42 years old. But that's going to be it for the Cardinals roster, guys. Overall, I think it's one of the best teams to use in the game, I would think, especially with David Johnson and Patrick Peterson. There's a lot of talent here. It's just got it's aging at certain positions, such as quarterback and wide receiver, and the line is not very good. But other than that, it's great at the skill positions, and it has a very solid linebacking core. It could work on its defensive linemen, but there's not much more you could ask for in an NFL roster. It's pretty talented top to bottom. And that's going to be it for this roster overview, guys. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see future videos with me doing this with other teams, just to show you guys the ratings and just go through every team. I'm not sure how many more teams I'm going to do, but I do enjoy making these videos, so I could go through and do a few more if you guys are interested. That's going to be it for the video, guys. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe.